Hey, it's Chris Schneider with RE/MAX Trinity at MyWayHome.Biz here with my buddy Tim Cranston with Inlanta Mortgage, and we're just answering questions about real estate, mortgages, and lending and all that to try to be as helpful as possible. One of the big questions when it comes to buying a house, Tim, is of course credit. You have to have pretty good credit in order to buy a house. What kind of credit do you have to have? Do you have to have perfect credit to buy a house?
Well, I think you said it well. You have to have pretty good credit. You don't have to have perfect credit. And in fact, if you've had some issues in the past, it's not hard to overcome those. And so I often tell people, let's take a look at what you have, and then we can make some recommendations, if necessary, about how to correct some things and get you on track so you can qualify for a home loan.
Okay, you said how to correct some things. Okay, so if you're anything like I am, you went through a period in your life where you weren't as smart with money as you needed to be, right? And you did some things with your credit that didn't help out. So if people are in that situation where they want to, help their credit get a little bit better, how do they go about doing that?
Well, what we can do is we can pull a credit report. Credit reports for mortgage lenders are a little different than some of the other credit reports. We can pull one of those, and then we can assess based on the entries on that report if there might be a couple of line items that you can pay a little more money down on or do something to improve your score. And we can make that recommendation to you and often put you in a better position pretty quickly.
Okay, that's good to know that there are ways you can go about to get that credit score up and work. I mean, you don't have to buy the house necessarily tomorrow. If you plan ahead, you can get the credit score back up and buy the house when you're ready to buy the house.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so how does one go about checking their credit score? Is that easy to do, hard to do? How do you do that?
Well, if you'd like a general kind of sense for how your credit is, one place you can go on the internet is to creditkarma.com and check that. But you can also meet with someone like myself in the mortgage lending industry, and we can go ahead and pull what's called a mortgage credit report, which is pretty different. It pulls from the three major repositories, Chris, those being TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian.
Ah, okay.
And then we look at all three scores and take the middle score among those, and then we can assess based on that exactly where you are, whether there's some steps that need to be taken, or also there's the possibility that you may not have perfect credit, but it's still good enough to qualify for many of our programs. And so we can give you that feedback and then tell you what steps you might want to take.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, there's also a level, as a realtor, that I deal with my buyers, and when you're in a really hot market, I always tell my buyers, you need to get a pre-qualification letter before we put an offer in on a house. When it's a seller's market, if you don't have a pre-Q letter, then you get beat out because other offers come in that do have that, right? Okay, so how do you get pre-qualified? How does that, and there's two different things, pre-qualified and pre-approved. How do you get that?
Well, first of all, pre-qualification is something that, as you said, Chris, most sellers are going to want to see a letter from a lender telling them that the buyer has been pre-qualified. That's something we can do in an hour possibly, or a day, depending on your situation. And then a pre-approval is also smart. That may take a couple of weeks. We're actually going to process your loan for approval, verify your income, assets, credit, any of the other factors that need to be looked at. It'll be reviewed by an underwriter, and we'll actually give you a letter of full approval. And so if you have a little bit of time, it's smart to go ahead and get that done, because that takes the uncertainty out of it. You know you're going to be fully approved, and also the seller will be even more confident if they receive that kind of letter versus a pre-qualification letter.
No doubt about it, absolutely. So if you have questions, is it okay if people call you, contact you if they have questions?
Oh, sure. Be happy to just discuss that, no obligation. And you can reach me anytime during or after hours or weekends at 972-743-8999. You can text me there as well. Or you can email me at timcranston, CRANSTON, at Inlanta, INLANTA.com.
He's Tim. I'm Chris Schneider with RE/MAX Trinity, and you can find me at MyWayHome.Biz. And feel free to check out our other videos as we try to be a blessing. We try to answer some questions to help you out, and you don't have to work with us if you don't want to, but we do want to try to help you out. And you can find those videos on my YouTube channel at MyWayHome.Biz.